Welcome to the Spiritual AF Life podcast, a magical place where your host, Heather Danielle, psychic medium, will bring the mystical woo-woo world down to earth in practical ways. Tune in every Monday for your weekly reading and on Wednesdays to hear fascinating conversations with spiritual experts, uplifting stories, and deep dives into the metaphysical world, all to help you tap into the invisible guidance that's all around you. It's time to start living a spiritual AF life. Get cozy, the conversation is starting now. This week's reading, we are using the Map Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reid. This is the updated new edition one. If you notice, it looks a little bit different than the original, which is like the goldish, brownish box. And I love that inside it says, explore your life's journey. And that's what we are going to do right now. So let's get started. Okay, I'm shuffling the cards and let's see what is going to be coming up for this week. I feel a lot of exciting energy. I'm almost like getting kind of nervous inside of my belly, and it's almost like there's a lot that is going on. I feel like there's a lot to prepare for this coming week. And what's really funny though is when I shuffle cards, it's like I really feel like the energy of the cards, and then I feel like almost like heat is the best way to describe it with the cards that need to come up for the week. And I shuffle a lot, and I shuffle for each day and in between each day. What I notice now with shuffling these cards is that the card just came up one after another. So let's just get right to it, because I just feel like it might be one thing after another this week, or it just could be that, they're progressing, like there's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like bam, 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 bam. So let's look. It says here for today is number 26, deep freeze. I don't know why, but I feel like a lot of us really need to pay attention to that number 26. So I don't know if it's like the 26th of the month or in 26 days. I'm really feeling more guided towards the 26th of the month. So if you know anybody who has passed on that date, or somebody whose birthday is that date, or somebody who is 26, years old or born in 1926, that's what I'm talking about. Is number 52 and 53 in the guidebook, and it says that this is a time to pull all of your arguments on ice. So to put all of your arguments on ice. Nothing beneficial will come from any of them. Self-care is the most important activity right now. So reflect, read a good book, and get a massage, rest, and dream. And it says everything has a season. Now is the time to put activity on hold while you rest. So taking a rest day, doing that yoga, doing that meditation, that's what you need to be doing this week, all right? You really need to not make any of those decisions. I know it seems like those decisions like, oh no, but I have to. And it's like, no, you don't, all right? So you don't have to do it. Even if it seems like you do, there might be a loophole. Figured it out, all right? Sleep on it, that kind of situation, all right? And I don't know why, but I just feel like somebody needs to hear that you've been through a lot worse. So if today is a challenging day, it's a trying day, don't worry, Spirit has got you. And I don't know why, but I also just feel this calling to tell you that everything that is happening is according to the divine plan. All right. So it's almost like if you know anybody who has, gotten sick, or somebody who has, lost all their money and things like that, it could just be part of their story. All right. And also, too, I was talking to my husband about this the other day, and it was when people in your life are sick and there's nothing that you can do. And sometimes that they're not going to make it, and it can be just really, really heartbreaking. It's bittersweet that you had that time, but sometimes it's kind of nice to have a warning that somebody is on their way out. So when my mom got diagnosed with cancer, and she only had a couple of weeks after that, it was very difficult during that time, to where I was like, sometimes it might just be better just to have them leave one day and never be able to say goodbye. But I don't believe that anymore. I really truly do feel it's nice when you get to say goodbye. So, just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Because if you know anybody that's on hospice and that kind of thing, that might be a little bit of what Spirit is talking about. But even if they're going to pull through and they're doing okay and those kinds of stuff, they just want you to know that it's part of their life path. So if you do know somebody who has lost all their money, who is just down on their luck and stuff like that, that could just be their path that they have to go down, because look at how many rags to riches stories that we have heard. The same could be for your friend. All right. So I love this quote, and I forgot who it's by, but it's like, don't deprive anybody of their rock bottom, because their rock bottom might be their awesome, amazing story. All right, so on Tuesday, OMG, WTF, it says Storm Fields. It's number freaking 9, and it reminds me of the freaking Tower card in the tarot. Does it not remind you of that card? If you see this card on Tuesday or on the video, it looks like a freaking tower card. And for some reason, it has number 9 in it. And I don't know why, but I'm just really getting the sense of Virgos and Libras that are going to be affected by this. So I don't know, because that is just freaking nuts. So I definitely feel like if you're not going through a hard time on Tuesday, then I would definitely like clean your house, make sure all the energy is good, feng shui it. I don't know why, but I'm also seeing mushrooms. So I don't know if that's a sign from somebody, but definitely feeling that. Definitely feeling a lot of Alice in Wonderland vibes, but definitely this is like a storm. Like I feel like almost like brace yourself. So you might be going through a lot with confrontations with other people and stuff with work and with meetings and stuff like that. And I'm going to be honest with you. I just feel like this is like hold on for the ride, definitely try and be patient because this is, it's going to pass. It feels like a tornado. So if you look at this, it looks like a freaking tornado. And so it's like tornadoes come in very quickly, do a lot of damage, and then they leave. So making sure that you are mitigating any kind of damages that might be happening on Tuesday. All right. So not losing your SHIT, making sure that you're not speaking when you're hangry, going ahead and making sure that you are trying to be as patient as freaking possible with people. Excuse yourself, go to the bathroom and scream, cry in the freaking car, cry in the shower. Don't make things worse for the people that are around you because it just seems like you're going to regret that going into the later of the week. Okay. So let's go on to Wednesday's card. Wizard of Awareness, and it is number 3. It does seem like on Wednesday that the energy does decrease a lot. It's number 6 and 7 in the book, which is all about balance and also spirituality. And then the 3 is about expansion, baby. So it says, let's see, mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. So whatever kind of crap that you went through on Tuesday, it is cleared out and now you can freaking see things for what they are. So you can also too just see how people reacted in the way that they did and now you know their true colors. Or you know that like, hey, they are people that you could trust. Or maybe they were truly in the right. Maybe they're the ones that can handle your weirdness and your impatientness and your anger issues or whatever it is that you have. I definitely really feel though on Wednesday, it definitely seems like it's more internal. I also feel downloads too, like ringing in the ears happening on Wednesday. So kind of keep that in the back of your mind. I'm also guided to the month of March as well with this number 3. So that could be any kind of anniversaries in there, anniversaries of passings and things like that, because that might give you a little bit of insight on some of the signs that you're seeing and then also where you need to focus on. So maybe not everybody has the connection to March, but it could be the number 3, which is a third of the month. So if anybody that was born on that 3 is really freaking big. And so that will help you decide like, oh yeah, that's where my focus needs to be. That's why I really need to concentrate on. Maybe it's even a person that you need to reach out to, or if it's a past loved one, then that's a person that might be reaching out to you from the other side. Open up the dialogue with them. You open up the dialogue with them by going ahead and asking them for signs, asking for confirmation, and then talk back and forth, and see kind of like what magic unfolds. All right, so on Thursday is number 22, and it is about intention. So let yourself off the hook a little bit because if you intended well and you messed up, hey, that's one thing, all right? But it's all about your intention going in. And also, too, I'm also feeling guided to what are the intention of the people that are around you because you might be exposed to people who don't have the best intentions for you, the people who are not looking out for you, but you might have a couple of those people that have your back, and that is awesome. So being patient with the people that are around you. I'm seeing like a flight, an airplane, and like travel and things like that. And it's like if somebody forgets something, if somebody says something, it's like, I really feel like you need to forgive them. All right. Because if they didn't intend to mess up, okay, they wouldn't intend to do you wrong. They didn't want to do this. Like, I almost feel like you need to give other people a break, but also give yourself a freaking break as well. And for some reason, this, this dandelion here on this card is really standing out. And also, so is the owl and the egg on this card. So the owls can symbolize like wisdom, intelligence, those kinds of things. And then the egg is going to symbolize birth, renewal, those kinds of stuff. And so it's like, I do feel like coming on this week that there can be a sense of transformation and renewal for you, but it's not always going to be pretty. It's not always going to feel good. We always think so oftentimes like, oh, I want to transform. I want to have a glow up. I want to be amazing and awesome. But to get to be amazing and awesome, you have to really like shed some of your shadow work. You have to shed some of the CARP that no longer serves you. And that is not freaking easy. And it can be freaking hard. And to let go of conditioning and limiting beliefs that you have had since before you can freaking remember, that is freaking tough. It is number 44 and 45 in the guidebook, and it says, your objectives will be fulfilled at this time. Inspired intentions are like magic arrow shots into the sky. The universe is bringing you a gift, showing you that you are hitting your mark. Recognize that you're not the one who has to do all of the work. However, others can help you co-create reality. You connect to the power of your intention, sending it out to the field, then allow your synchronicity to work its magic. Perhaps the good intentions of others will inspire you to send out beautiful ones of your own. Own the life that you want to lead and live deliberately with clarity and detachment. I'm just going to leave that there. Soak up those words. Okay, number 5, you guys. That is the number for Friday. Number 10 and 11 in the book, and it is goblins. When goblins come up, that just make sure that you are surrounding yourself with good people, that you know that some people do not have the best of intentions. For some reason, I really do feel like people are maybe out to get you, that people are jealous of you, that people do not want what's best for you. Now, I really don't feel like this is a lot of people's inner circle. I feel like this is other people that you might be exposed to, like at events and things like that, going into this weekend. And it says goblins are born when you're wounded and something essential is lost in that experience. From that point on, as you forget your wholeness, they remain with you in the shadows. They are there to remind you of what brought them into being by mimicking your own voice, tricking you into believing that you are an unworthy, victimized, or unlovable. They hold you hostage through your low self-worth, self-sabotage, and the feeling that you're lacking what you need. And that's a big thing, is that your ego also might be driving force on Friday. So if you're having those feelings like, oh, I'm not good enough, who am I to be here? Who am I to do this? Oh, I can't do that. Maybe you started off on a plan and now you're like retracting it. Don't retract it, okay? Like you had that idea for a reason. Like spirit thought that it was the best for you to do. Like, and you are there in the moment, wherever you are on Friday or going to this weekend, you're there for a freaking reason, okay? It's just your freaking ego talking, and your ego is going to be louder and tougher, okay? It's going to be just more all up on you if you've had a rough life. And the reason for that is because if you've had a rough life, then that means that you might have gone into survival mode a lot, flight or fight mode a lot, and your ego is trying to protect you so you don't end up in those same predicaments again, okay? Because your ego was like, that was freaking tough AF. I don't want to go through that again. All right, so that is this week's reading. I hope that it helps you, hopes that it inspires you, hopes it gives you just a little bit of information so that you can go ahead and make this the best week ever. All right, I will see you soon, actually on Wednesday for the next episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Spiritual AF Life podcast. You'll find all the links to resources and more in the show notes. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on the incredible episodes that are coming up.